Look at me. Respirator, ear protection, and eye protection. Yeah, buddy. I got one bolt cut off. Gonna cut another couple off. So I'd already cut the front two bolts off, and here I am trying to get back in there and cut the heads off these back two bolts, which was pretty tricky to get the cutoff wheel in there, confined space, as you can see. And if you were thinking it's a bit of a spark hazard, I totally agree. Certainly a lot of hot sparks blowing around in a little engine compartment area with really tight access. Well, now, how about that? After I got enough cuts in the heads, I was just trying to break them off, basically pry the heads off. I couldn't come in sideways, so I was just trying to snap, rip, tear, pry, pinch them off, anything to get those heads off. Tried beating at them with the hammer, but nothing was really working. Need a cold chisel. Here's the front two bolts that I had already gotten out. You can see how gnarly they were, very corroded, and the nuts on the bottom were pretty much fused onto the threads. Pretty well hopeless, and that's why I was trying to cut them out. Working on his back ones now. After I got the heads completely cut off, it was just a matter of finding the right size punch or an old bolt that fit in there to pound them out through the brass and the steel underneath. That's an ugly bolt. So you gotta remember it's probably 10:30 or 11 at night here, and if you're watching this thinking, why is he trying to remove the bottom of the packing gland before he removes the top? That's a good question. I'm wondering the same thing, but honestly, it was late at the end of a long day, and I was just sort of dumbfounded how this post was so seized in there. I couldn't really make sense of why it was so stiff, and pulling the top out of the packing gland wasn't really feeling like an option either. And you'll see in my other video about this little project that it wasn't until the next day that I did actually finally get the top out of the packing gland, and then things did start to make a bit more sense. But here, this is just classic beginner boat owner, do it yourself struggle fest, trying to figure out what on earth is going on and why I can't accomplish my goals. I just wanted that shaft to drop out, but it felt like there was nothing I could do, so when in doubt, start taking bolts out. That's kind of the way I often operate. And usually, maybe not very efficiently, but usually I end up getting my end goal somehow, some way. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's stuck in there though, I'll tell you that much. The mystery continues. This thing stands there proud, like a testament to my failure. Well, I took all the bolts off of it, this flange thing, thinking, I don't know, maybe some movement in there would help. I'm starting to wonder if this thing isn't kind of welded in place. Or maybe it's just a rusty old piece of pipe or round stock that's stuck in a packing gland.
I'm not really sure what the deal is, but it's about almost 10 p.m. and it is rock solid. It does not feel like it's gonna move. I just had a little bit of a fire scare from cutting with the cutoff wheel. I must have got some hot sparks down here. They were down in there in that pile of garbage, which was dusty dry down in there. And no surprise, some sparks went down from cutting there, went down inside there. Must have piled up in some of that dry, probably grease filled old diesel and engine oil filled little powder bomb. And it was just smoking, it wasn't burning. Not a big deal, but I did notice it, fortunately. And took this floorboard out down here where there's a digital gyro compass, and just had a little spray bottle and was able to spray enough water in there and kind of break up the dusty powder stuff, and keeping an eye on it now. No more smoke. I'm gonna check it again, but definitely before I go to sleep tonight. But we're gonna call it good. Enough for tonight. I don't know what's holding that thing in there, but it's gonna hold it in there for another day. So some things went easy today, some things not so much, but it's the way it goes. Work on an old boat. So I'll take my wins and my losses and we'll carry on another day. Good night.